construction on the Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift coaster continued, or has it come to a screeching halt? We're about to find out today, and as always, we're not going to waste any time. Roll camera. We're switching it up just a little bit today. Instead of walking down New York Street, we're going to cross through Universal Plaza, get a nice different POV of the building structure that looks mostly completed, at least externally. Looks really, really good from this side. Really great seeing that lovely, lovely work with all of the brickwork that's up. Looks so good. And we have arrived around Super Silly Funland. Structure does look pretty much the same compared to last week, but as always, we have tractors and trucks going back and forth, doing their thing today. But again, yeah, everything looks pretty much the same. The brickwork hasn't progressed too much on the left like we've been seeing over the past couple weeks, but the siding does look really, really good. Pushing in just a little bit tighter, you can see there's this structure, kind of what looks like to be in the middle of a roadway here. That's been there for a while. It's hard to see because on this side, we're only getting one angle, and from the Starway, you can't really see the other side too well. So I'm curious if that is part of the attraction or not, because it does look like it has some kind of archway thing going on in the middle. But if you are aware, if you happen to know what that is, please feel free to let us know in the comments. Excited to see when Universal starts dropping some concept art so we can get an idea of what this will look like in its totality, specifically how it's going to look when the coaster is up and running. So our favorite area over here with the inversions and barrels and things, oh my, we still have pretty much what looks like the same. Again, nothing has really progressed, at least that I can see on this side here, but towards the left-hand side, additional track has been extended. So when we jump on the studio tour for today, we'll definitely get a good look at how that's looking down below. There's tons of construction sounds and workers in that lower area. So I'm assuming there's been a lot more progress on that end compared to this side when we compare it to last week. So I mentioned it in my video last week that for the time being, or maybe moving forward till the end of construction, we'll be focusing a lot more on really looking at the progress from down below when we're on the studio tour. It does look like the majority of the track work on this end here by Super Silly Funland and the Starway are done. So we're really curious to see when you're on the studio tour, how much you can see it extends towards the back of the park. So right around the Front Street Bistro, we can see they're working inside today. They have a couple of these colorful tarps along the siding, but overall, not much has changed over the last week since we've last been here. But again, you can kind of see smoke coming out from the inside regarding whatever it is they're working on for today. So we're gonna make our way over towards the Starway now to take a look at our favorite view from down below. Heading to the lower lot so we can get our lovely lower level views of the coaster. Same old from this POV here. So we're gonna head down to the first landing and slowly make our way down so we can take a look at the clearing they've been doing to the right-hand side of the Starway, but also see what progress has been achieved since we were here last week. And we got our favorite ladder still hanging out over here. Not sure how it's being used, when it's being used, but it's still chilling on this side. We do have construction workers here on this side today. We also have what looks like pool noodles. Can someone confirm, anyone who works in the parks, let me know in the comments below. Are those in fact pool noodles? And if so, how are they integral to the construction of the track here? We have red, yellow, and blue pool noodles over here. That's really, really funny. But again, we have some of our workers to the back here today. Lots of digging going on in this portion of the track, along with a tractor peeking out right from the left-hand side over here as they make either more passageways or walkways that might be accessible, or have they begun working on the landscaping for this hillside that the coaster sits on. We do have this crane parked on the left-hand side here. Not sure if it's the same position as we saw it moving into last week, if it's been there for the past couple days, but we do have the crane. Nothing actively going on with it right now, but you can kind of hear in the background hammering, drilling, banging, lots and lots of work going on today. We even have some construction workers up top risking it all to bring us this amazing attraction. Now on to one of our other new POVs of the construction. To the right here, we can see just how much of the track has been completed. Again, every week that they add more track just looks amazing. You can see further back to the right how much more has been added as it continues further on. When we jump on the studio tour, we'll have a nice look to see just how far they're extending back right now. It does look like there's a lot more just stuff back there than we've typically seen. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're now concentrating majority of the work towards the right-hand side here. But again, looking at all of these barrels and versions, oh, this looks so good. So coming right above Revenge of the Mummy, we now have a ton of black tarps that have been perched along the hillside here, and you can see what looks like a dump truck moving backwards in that kind of midway section along with a tractor. So again, at this point, I don't think it's just general landscaping work that's being done. It does look like they're soon going to start actually building and constructing something over here. But again, we just gotta wait patiently to see what Universal Studios announces in terms of what this will be. Let me know in the comments if you could bring one new attraction based on an IP back to Universal Studios Hollywood, or something brand new to Universal Studios Hollywood, what would it be?
So you want to have those campers out for some great photo opportunities, but keep an eye on them so they don't get wet. Also, if you have any selfie sticks, please don't use them during the tour. And no smoking, I think I said that. All right, we got it all down. I got distracted because we have goats. If you look to your right hand side, you might still see them. You'll probably see them throughout the tour. There's lots of goats right now on the lot. I'm not really sure why, but I love it, so that just briefly distracted me. All right, again, you might see them on your right-hand side. If not, you'll probably see them later on the tour. Now I'd like to start the studio tour with a little Universal history. Our founder is Carl Lemley, and Carl Lemley wanted to create the strangest city in the world. He created Universal, and we really do have our very own city. We have our very own zip code, post office, dry cleaners. We used to have our very own mayor. Lois Weber was our very first mayor. Tippy Hedren was another one of our mayors. You might know Tippy Hedren from The Birds by her daughter, actress Melanie Griffin, or her daughter, Dakota Johnson as well. But we don't have a mayor anymore, but we do still have our very own real working fire station. Fire Station 51 right here on your right-hand side. Fire Station 51 has real firefighters, real fire trucks, real everything in there. So what makes our city any different than your city? Well, our city is completely dedicated to making movies. On your right and left-hand side, you'll see a timeline of just a handful of the tons and tons and tons of movies that we've made for Universal. Some might be your favorite comedy. Some might be your favorite Academy Award-winning film. An Academy Award is the highest honor in filmmaking. 2 years ago, we won the Best Picture Award, the Academy Award, for our movie Oppenheimer. Jennifer Lane won the Academy.
Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye!